This is Ron Kelleher with the Inspired Leadership Podcast, episode number 573. Today's episode is entitled 6 Ways Fear Impacts Your Decision Making.
Hello, and welcome to Inspired Leadership, the podcast for Christian leaders in the marketplace who want to be the best leaders they can be. And now your host, Ron Kelleher.
Fear, an emotion deeply ingrained in human experience, significantly influences decision making. The impact of fear can be profound, shaping not only the decisions we make, but also our approach to these decisions. Today, I'd like us to examine how fear influenced the decisions of 6 well-known Bible characters, drawing relevant lessons for today's leaders, particularly in the business world. Fear is an emotional response to perceived threats, influencing our psychology and behavior, especially in decision-making. It can lead to avoidance, procrastination, or rushed decisions. The Bible, rich in narratives of human experiences, offers insights into fear's role in decision-making. For example, Proverbs 29:25 states, "The fear of man lays a snare, but whoever trusts in the Lord is safe," highlighting the trap fear can create. With this understanding of fear's impact, let's delve into the stories of several Bible characters, each of whom faced and navigated their fears in a way that illuminate our path in modern decision-making. First up is Moses, the reluctant leader. Moses' hesitation in Exodus 4:10, where he says, "I am slow of speech and tongue," exemplifies the reluctance that stems from fear. His fear of inadequacy and failure initially prevented him from accepting the task of leading the Israelites. This mirrors the fear many leaders feel in their roles. Moses' journey teaches the importance of overcoming self-doubt and trusting in one's God-given abilities, as echoed in Exodus 4:11-12. Second, there's Jonah, running from responsibility. Jonah's flight from his mission to Nineveh, described in Jonah 1:3, driven by fear of failure or rejection, led to avoidance of his responsibility. This story reflects how fear can lead to poor decision-making in leadership. The lesson is clear. Confronting challenges rather than avoiding them is crucial for effective leadership. Number 3, Elijah, the fear after success. Elijah's fear and flight, described in 1 Kings 19:3, even after his victory against the prophets of Baal, show that fear can persist even after success. This narrative offers a lesson for executives, the need to manage fear and expectations continuously, even after significant accomplishments. Number 4 is Peter and the fear of association. Peter's denial of Jesus, as described in Matthew 26:69-75, underlines the complexity of fear in social contexts. This resonates with the pressure corporate leaders may face to conform, often at the expense of personal values. The key takeaway is the importance of adhering to one's convictions under pressure. Number 5, Gideon, doubting one's own worth. Gideon's story in Judges 6, particularly in verse 15, where he questions his ability due to his lowly background, resonates with leaders who might doubt their worth. This narrative emphasizes that one's background does not limit one's potential, as Gideon's later success demonstrates. And finally, number 6, Jeremiah, the anxiety of unpopular decisions. Jeremiah's role, often involving delivering unpopular messages, led to a significant fear of rejection and failure. However, his perseverance underlines the importance of sticking to principle amid adversity, a vital trait for leaders making tough decisions. The journey of overcoming fear in leadership is a testament to the power of faith, courage, and divine guidance, as vividly illustrated by the lives of these Bible characters. Despite initial fears, they overcame their apprehensions by steadfastly believing in a higher purpose and inner strength. Their stories offer a rich source of inspiration for contemporary leaders, emphasizing the crucial role of faith and courage in managing fears within the complex decision-making landscape. Moses, Jonah, Elijah, Peter, Gideon, and Jeremiah. Each of these characters encountered moments of doubt and fear, but emerged stronger through their faith and courage. Moses overcame his self-doubt. Jonah learned the importance of facing challenges directly. Elijah navigated the fears that followed success, and Peter grappled with the fear of association. Meanwhile, Gideon transcended his insecurities about his background, and Jeremiah persevered despite the unpopularity of his decisions. Accordingly, these narratives collectively highlight that fear, while a natural and sometimes overwhelming part of decision-making, is not insurmountable. In the realm of modern leadership, these lessons are invaluable. Leaders are frequently confronted with situations that induce fear, whether fear of failure, fear of the unknown, or fear of making unpopular decisions. However, like these Bible characters, leaders can harness faith in their values and convictions, coupled with the courage to act despite fear to guide their decisions. This approach not only leads to a more confident and ethical decision-making, but also inspires those they lead. In conclusion, fear in decision-making is a universal experience, yet it possesses the potential to be overcome. The journey through the stories of biblical figures teaches us the significance of faith, courage, and self-belief in steering through leadership complexities. Embracing these virtues enables leaders to convert fear into a powerful driver for growth, wisdom, and effective leadership. Remember, when confronted with fear, the pathway to progress is often laid with faith, reinforced by the strength of courage. Well, that's it for this week, and as always, questions and comments are welcome. How have you overcome fear in crucial decisions in your life? I'd love it if you'd come over to the website at ronkelleher.com/episode 573 and leave me a question or a comment. And as always, before we go, I'd like to ask you to do me a quick favor, and that is to hop on over to whatever podcast service you're listening to this on. Leave a ranking for the show and a comment if you wish. It does help us get the show into the hands of more and more people. So I thank you in advance for that and pray that God would help us all to be the powerful and the inspired leaders He intends us to be. That's it for this episode of Inspired Leadership. You'll find a complete transcript of this episode on my website at www.ronkelleher.com. My prayer now is that you'll go out and be the powerful, inspired leader that God intends us to be.
Thanks for listening to the Inspired Leadership Podcast at www.ronkelleher.com.